And good morning, everyone. We're back to BLG Studios in the morning.
BLG Studios.
Good morning, Will.
Good morning.
It is so nice. You know what's the best part about this is the White Chocolate Podcast, by the way. I'm Dirk, and that's Will.
Yep.
You know what's so nice about recording in the morning?
What's that?
Is seeing the other 5 a.m. of the day. Seeing the other 5 o'clock of the day.
There it is.
I didn't even know that 5 o'clock existed other than at dinner time.
Okay.
But I get up normally 5:30.
Yeah.
But to get here a little before school so we can get our recording done.
Got up a little bit earlier.
5:01 was the alarm.
Random.
Okay, well, one snooze. I allow myself one snooze.
Understood.
So if I went up at 5:10, I back it up 9 minutes.
There you go.
Anybody else do that? I mean, it's sort of a trick.
I do this snooze, but I just let it. I get it. My alarm is set for 6:45.
6:45.
2 snoozes.
That's 18 minutes of snooze.
That's a lot of snooze.
That is a lot of snooze, but it does give your body a chance to I can't decide whether it gives your body like that break or whether it's like waking up 3 times.
So the first for me, the first snooze is son of a.
What?
I'm up. Like now I got to.
Oh, I thought you were mad at me for something.
It's anger, and then I don't fully go back to sleep, and then the second snooze, I'm like, all right, it's better. And then I'll get on my phone for a second.
Snooze, you're like,
I don't snooze after that. I scroll for a minute or two just to kind of wake up, and then
up.
So that.
And that's if the children haven't gotten you up already.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Do they wake up well and happy usually?
Son, yes. Daughter, no.
Is that right?
Daughter's just like me. Son's just like my wife.
Oh, your wife pops up out of bed?
Up and at 'em, ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I used to have that, not nearly as much. Here's the thing. My dad used to work early mornings. I mean, he was a blue-collar guy.
Yeah.
But then once he retired, you didn't see him before 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And I said, Dad, half your day's gone. He goes, yeah, but it's great.
Yeah.
Not having to answer that 5:30. He would
say. Well, I think if I woke up at 10, I'd wake up a lot nicer also.
I would too.
Right.
But it didn't work for him so much. No, I'm kidding. But he would set his alarm, and just so he could have the pleasure of sleeping through it. Like it's so weird. It's like one of those things where the guy goes, why do you keep hitting yourself on the head with a hammer? And he goes, because it feels so good when I stop.
Oh, hey.
But Dad would set his alarm. I'd go over first thing in the morning to help him. He'd still be asleep. I hear his alarm going off. It would go off full volume. I could hear it in the kitchen. And I'm like, why is Dad's alarm? He loves to set it just so he can ignore it. And I was like, if it feels good, I guess.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome to podcast number 33, episode 33. We are glad to report that our podcast came in at like 52 minutes last week.
Yeah, we did.
And honestly, we've heard a little bit of feedback that it's just easier for everybody. Yep. So we're going to try to shoot for a 3-segment podcast again, 1, 2, and the last one.
Yep.
And we're going to start with things that we can live without today, or people, or anything. We're just calling it we can live without. And anything that fits in that, within the parameters, starting early with the big vocabulary.
And the hand
motions.
There it is.
There we go.
At least one.
At least one. Oh, it's more than that.
Yeah,
but I can't push it back too far because they might progressive lenses. So, Will, would you like to go first with your things we can live without, or shall you?
Shall I?
Okay.
Let me pull it up real quick.
I brought 5. We'll see how far we get.
Sure. All right. The first one. I'm going to ruffle some feathers, especially with my family, especially with my aunt.
I love it. Which aunt?
Mary.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Meredith.
You know, she is a staunch supporter, Will. We can't afford.
I don't want to lose her. But here's my gripe.
Trees?
You know what? People on a narrow 2-lane road, or any road really.
Lined or unlined?
Lined.
Okay.
With a sidewalk on the side.
Okay.
Where they can't run or ride their bike on that sidewalk.
Okay.
Bike lane? Fine. But when there's no bike lane and I have to veer into the other lane to avoid.
Yes.
I don't like that.
No, I don't want, at the risk. Sorry, go ahead.
Here's one of the main reasons I don't like it.
Okay.
I get nervous.
You don't want to hurt anybody.
I do not want to hit hurt anybody.
Right.
I get very nervous. And so I veer wide left to avoid. And I just don't like that.
And here's the other part. All it takes is a little pebble for them to twist that front wheel and go down So you want to leave a wide berth. You want to leave like a good 6, 7, 8 feet. Plus, you don't want them to get freaked out or get angry at you because
they think I'm
they
too
feel like
close.
you're disrespecting
So it's just
them.
I feel like it's a very nervous game with me.
Yes. And perhaps Aunt Meredith would say, well, you know, and a lot of, I won't pick on Aunt Mary, but a lot of bikers will say, we're fully entitled to the road.
And
I'm fine with that.
And they are.
Yeah. I'm not arguing that.
So nervous.
Right. But, and also I believe it's probably technically illegal to ride on a sidewalk. So that's why they're in the road.
Probably, which is why I said I wish the roads just had a bike lane.
Right. And I agree. Where I used to live in Frederick, up on Gambrel Park Road in Frederick, when I grew up, it's a mountain road.
Yeah.
It was not lined.
Yeah.
When we first moved up there, it was gravel, for goodness sakes. But then they tarred and chipped it and then eventually paved it. But curvy, mountainous road, which attracts a lot of mountain bikers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And because it's great for training uphill, downhill, you know, and it's beautiful. But man, that road was so dangerous when you get a biker because it's a blind, almost every turn's a blind turn. And so if you pull out to go around and somebody comes, here's the thing, even if you clear the bike, somebody could hit you and drive you into the bike.
Yeah.
So it's just that and deer and animals.
Log Cabin Drive, where you
Log Cabin Drive, right? Yeah.
That is where
and that's not lined, is it?
And it's super narrow,
yeah.
But
yeah,
blind turns,
yes,
beautiful,
yes.
A creek right there while
even
you're riding.
Walkers can scare me on that, or somebody with a dog with a leash. They don't have the dog.
I've never seen dog and leash, and I've never seen a walker.
Okay.
I only get
bikers.
Bikers.
Gotcha.
Not the vroom vroom kind.
Yeah, no. I got
but
you.
that is where that's when I wrote it down on my list. Vroom vroom.
Yeah. John Lee Hooker sang a song called Vroom Vroom. No, it was Boom Boom. Just kidding. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. It's early in the morning. My jokes are going to be even worse.
Okay. Let's just move on. Yours next. Anyway, I'm sorry, Meredith, but that road and those bikes freak me out.
Does your Aunt Mary ride bikes on the road?
She rides bikes everywhere.
Okay, so
I'm sure she does. She does in the woods. She does on the road.
And maybe Aunt Mary can give us some proper etiquette, like how far, because you don't want to like fly by the person and scare the heck out of them.
And like on 27, the main road where I live, there's a bike lane. Fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, but still, people fly on 27.
Yes, but there's a designated. It's lined, and there's a designated area. Like they don't come out into the road.
Yes.
And I don't go into their bike lane.
Can I post an addendum to your complaint?
You may not.
Okay.
What is it? What is it?
Well, I just thought of one, so I'll save it for another podcast.
All right.
All right. Will, my first one: form-fitting toilet seats.
Form-fitting toilet
the scoopy toilet seats, the ones that are sculpted.
You don't like those?
I just want to. One size does not fit all. Will, let me just say that.
Okay.
And if you overhang those at all,
that.
You're on the ridge. And it's terribly uncomfortable.
I bet that is true.
Give me a flat toilet seat. I don't need to be nestled gently into the bosom of a toilet seat. Just give me a flat toilet seat. I'm grateful for indoor plumbing. I'm grateful it's not a wooden, hole over an outhouse toilet.
Yeah.
I don't need to be.
I miss those. Are part of the good old days.
I don't mean luxury. I don't need luxury.
You don't need that.
Just give me a flat toilet seat that I don't have to adjust into. Or overhang the edge. It's not. Plus, when you do your lean, it's not comfortable. Like it's too much. Just give me flat.
Okay.
I mean, the normal. I don't need the sculpted. You understand what I'm saying? All the ones we have at school, sculpted, not comfortable.
They are.
If you're a medium-sized person, I'm sure they're great. I'm sure you feel like you couldn't be knocked off that toilet with a stiff breeze.
May I interject?
Please do. That's what we're here for.
My in-laws.
Okay. In
their bathroom have a high-tech toilet, heated
bidet, whole deal.
Yes,
butt washer.
I don't know if that's used, but I think it's in there. But it's heated. It sprays a little mist of air freshener after you go to the bathroom.
Okay,
it's nice, sculpted.
I'm out.
Feels great for me.
I'm sure.
Okay,
if you fit, it's perfect.
Fine. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
that's fair.
It's like a one size fits most. All right.
Okay.
Yes, sir. got a little frog in your throat.
Here's the next thing.
Okay, hit me with it.
I'm going controversy today.
Okay,
I'm ruffling feathers.
It's your early morning attitude.
I'm fine.
Okay,
whatever, bro. Come at me.
Bring it. Bring it.
People are not going to like this.
Okay. Am I going to like it?
No.
Okay.
Pulp and orange juice.
Oh,
Get away from me.
oh my goodness, Will.
That is unnecessary. I think that is what drives me away from orange juice. That, and I haven't been able to drink orange juice since I upchucked in the back of Aunt Meredith's car when I was very young.
Really?
It was an orange juice and sausage combination that did not agree with my stomach. We'll get into that
and it may not have even been that.
May not have been.
But
it was.
Because it's associated.
Correct.
Understood.
But without the pulp, I can manage it. With the pulp, no, absolutely not. So you can take your pulp and go home.
I am a pulp lover.
I know you are. Why do you want
Style.
to chew on drinks?
It just makes me feel like it allows me to believe that it's healthier. It's like I'm getting bits of. Well, okay, you know how they say like on a potato that all the vitamins are in the skin, like that the good stuff is in the skin, and if you peel a potato,
okay, sure,
you wait. So when I get the pulpy, I feel like all the good stuff's probably in all the good stuff's probably in that because juice is mostly sugar.
They're lying to you.
Okay,
stop drinking pulp. Stop eating pulp when you're drinking.
I like the pulp.
You shouldn't be eating. No, you do not like that. It gets stuck in your teeth. You don't like that. No, you don't.
Okay.
Yep. Drink orange juice with a toothpick then.
All right. Get a strainer. Get a bowl of pulp separate and drink your orange juice. Maybe that's what they should do. So only strained orange juice, but then you can just with a free quart of pulp.
Not a single human being would buy that.
What comes with it? For those of us that like to mix it, have our pulp. I like pulp. Pulp lovers, unite.
Pulp lovers, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
All right, how about this, Will, for number 2 for me? Motorcycle riders who carry their helmet with them.
You've talked to me about that before.
I feel like it's a look at me thing.
Sure. I don't necessarily because I'm not a motorcycle enthusiast.
Neither am I anymore. It's a tough one.
That's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Most motorcycles have a lock where you can, granted, if you are in a dangerous place, somebody could come along and cut the strap.
Granted.
Granted. But I jokingly said granite.
Correct. But I didn't know. I didn't know if you were, because people say granite.
Oh, no, I'm Granted.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
I'm just telling you, people do say
granite and not realize.
Correct.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's like the what's the one? Gosh, I'll think of it later. But it's the one word that basically means is I couldn't care less.
Oh my!
And you're like, no. Well, if you couldn't care less, then that means you care a lot.
Right.
Okay. Or no, I could care less.
Correct.
I could care less.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Okay, so that means it's important to you.
You know,
people get it backwards. Anyway, there's a way to lock the D-ring.
Yes.
Onto most motorcycles have that.
My mom and dad had that.
Right. And yes, somebody could come and cut the strap, but here in the Neilsville parking lot, probably not going to happen, right? Most places, not going to happen where somebody's going to steal. Most bikers, like guys that were harder core than me, motorcycle club guys, just they have the skull caps and the short helmets, and they just lay it on the seat.
Sure.
Or hang it on the handlebars. Nobody really, it's a $50 helmet. Now, I get it if you're riding a full helmet, they're like $250.
Yeah, that's what my mom and dad had.
Yeah, and if you're riding a full face, then I guess it's...
But they would still lock it on their... I'm pretty sure they would still lock it.
It's inconvenient. What are you going to do with it when you... Unless you're going like to your apartment or to a hotel or something. But like here at school, we've had people that ride, and they walk in with their big helmet under there. It's almost like an advertisement.
Okay.
I feel like.
So like I said, I don't even notice it because I'm not.
Yeah, I don't. It's almost like, hey, especially when it's. But I guess maybe there's another part of it too. I guess leaving it out. This is probably me, because leaving it out in the sun, in the sun heat is supposedly not good for some helmets too. So
okay, didn't know that.
I don't know, but anyway, but you ride on a helmet. They're made to be out in the sun, so
right?
I don't know. It's probably just me. I'll move on.
Let me see. Next thing I don't like.
Okay.
This one's not as controversial. I think we can all agree on this. Well, most of us can agree on this.
Okay.
We've talked about this before, but I'm going to bring it up again because I feel as though it's important and it just happened this weekend.
All righty.
People that deface their cars.
Oof.
But we've talked about that. I talked to you about how I don't like the
stickers
reindeer antlers and the
Right.
eyelashes
Right.
on the headlight.
Right.
I don't like that.
Right.
The bumper stickers we talked about as well.
Right.
But this weekend, came across count them, cars that had just divisive and ignorant bumper stickers. And I'm not going to repeat what they were about. Some were political.
Let me guess. It was the worst of the 4-letter words and then the current president's last name.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You get those. I have people
those, but this car was even more extreme than that. And I will tell you off camera some of the stuff that was said because
that's terrible.
I can't even censor it enough on here to not make it inappropriate.
So here's my big complaint on this.
Yeah.
And this is just I know this is your complaint. How do you? I don't even like the guys that have on the back of their pickup truck that have the little things dangly, the little male parts dangling.
Yeah,
it's like vulgar. But then also, I don't like the guys that have like the word "it," and then they have the little stick man.
Oh, and I'm
that's
just like, terrible. Also,
how do you like? What do you say when somebody's got a 6-year-old daughter who sees the F word on the back of your truck? Or who, like, I don't understand.
And there were plenty of F words on the back of this car, and it was parked right in it was at my son's Cougar game.
Okay.
The parking lot was full of children, 6, 7, 8-year-olds at a 9 o'clock Cougar game, and the parking lot was full, and this car was just not in a spot, first of all.
Yeah.
On the side of the curb, blocking traffic because they're the best in the world.
And they want everybody to see their advert. Those are people that are not content with themselves and feel the need to exert their power.
So that is my third and last of my things I can live without.
All right. Well, since we're going to quit at 3, I think that's probably a good idea. Will, I'm gonna go with this one.
Don't come back to my town, by the way.
Yeah, whoever that is. Yeah. We know you're out there.
I know you're.
We know you're watching right now. Don't go back to Dalesville.
Don't
like that,
do it in Dalesville.
You're going to have to deal with our people. Do we have people?
I
think
we
could get some
people, but I can try to find some, wrangle some up.
Well, I hope you're with me on this one.
I'm not, but we'll try anyway.
I think this. I got a winner. I got one that nobody can disagree with.
Nats.
Okay. Nats. Right to the back. You frequent a fast food establishment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go through the drive-through.
Sure you do.
Getting a drink.
Yeah.
To accompany whatever you might be eating that day.
A quick bev.
The attendant worker, the food preparation / money taker in the window hands you your beverage. You take the beverage into your car, you hold it up, you're thirsty, Will, and you can't wait for that first drink.
I'm getting thirsty right now.
And you pull that nice ice cold cherry Coca-Cola up to your mouth and you put your lips around that straw, Will.
Okay.
You get excited, aren't you? And you take a sip. And when you do, you taste the delicious cherry Coke accompanied with the aroma of the perfume of the person who's serving your food and is wearing too much perfume somehow has it on their hands.
That's not okay.
So every time you put your drink up, you smell flowers while it ruins the drink. Those of you that are in drive-through, no perfume. Women mostly. It's never man. It's a woman with floral perfume put on to the point of suffocation, and then she dares to touch my food. Not so much the food wrapper, you can get rid of that. But when you touch the top of my drink and you hold it by the top.
Ew, who holds drinks like that?
I don't know, but wherever they hold it, every time I go to put it up, it ruins it ruins the beverage, Will. I cannot drink flowers.
I don't want floral. You're actually upset about this.
It annoys me.
I'm sorry.
How dare you're serving food?
I'm not in disagreement.
Aroma is part of food.
Agreed.
And drink. And when you ask a wine connoisseur, how would you like it? I don't drink wine.
Ask a wine.
But some of you people out there probably enjoy a great glass of wine. What if, and from what I understand, an important part of wine is the nose, Will, how it smells. What if every glass had been touched by this woman at McDonald's who wears so much perfume that it's on her hands?
That's gross.
It is the worst. We had a lady here at Neilsville. Mm-hmm. I won't mention names.
You should.
We had a lady here at Neilsville that always wore a lot of perfume.
Yeah.
Perhaps you know who I'm talking about. And she was friends with me because she would borrow instruments and she would always want to give me a hug. Mm. And you'd then smell like that person for the rest of the day.
Yeah. You just hope that they came in at the end of the day. So
or else I would move away. Not because I didn't love the person.
No,
I loved her.
Yep.
She was so kind, but I didn't want to smell like her all day.
Yeah, I don't mind.
So, okay, that's it.
That's all.
1, 2, 3.
That's it. You got your rant done?
Oh, that one, it annoys me so much, Will. I've been waiting to use that one.
I'm sorry.
Because it happened. Fortunately, it's not very often.
Okay.
But when it does, I just want to go back through and go, here, smell this.
Take a
Maybe,
whiff.
and
they wouldn't smell it because they're just so used to it.
Well, that person, but the
That's what I
manager,
mean, yeah.
like, here, smell this drink that she served.
Smell my drink.
Tell Roxy to get out of the window. Wash her hands. I don't mind if you're wearing perfume here, but the only way it can get on my drink is either if it's on your hands where you did this and then pasted it on, or if you're rubbing my cup on your neck before you serve it to me. And either way, this thing should not be happening. So now let's move on to segment 2. It looks cooler the way you do it.
No,
all
right,
sideways.
Let's try it. You do it that way, and I'll do it your way. Just kidding.
All right, segment 2, Will. We're going to do a chalk talk.
Chalk it up to talk.
I was thinking of something the other day when I was riding around with my wife, and just, I don't know what it is about my age, but I'm at that place where I'm starting to think about my place in the world and the world in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I look around and you see things that are happening today and you go, man, what's wrong with the world?
Yeah.
You know, we mentioned it last week, the stuff going on in Israel.
Sure.
And like, and without taking any sides, I mean, I'm predisposed to believe Israel's right. But you know what? In the heat of everything, who knows what? But here's the thing. Can't we all just, it's that old sort of jokingly phrase we say, can't we all just get along?
Right.
But you start thinking like all the conflicts in the world, all the crime in the world, the drugs, the way drugs are rampant in the United States. And people are quick to say, oh, man, I miss the good old days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I miss back when kids could play in the street
I hear that.
until the street lights came on.
I hear that a lot.
And so, but I wonder, is that just a statement that we make because, and this is interesting, my wife said it will be interesting because Will's younger, a lot younger, but yeah. Is that a statement that we old people make because well, I count myself now. I'm over the top. I've crested. I'm on my way down. I've reached the apex, if you will.
I will.
Is that something we say because we were familiar with it and that's why it feels better to us and the world is different now? Or was the world really better in 1950? And I used to think the world was better back then when, you know, kids had manners and parents parented, but also men could beat up their wives and it didn't, that was just sort of a thing. And black people couldn't eat in the same restaurants as white. Like, were the good old days really that good?
Right.
You're
not so sure.
I don't.
After some reevaluating.
Right. Well, after thinking of, how far do you go back to the good old? Like we go back
what do you consider the good old days?
Right. The Wild West.
Right.
Oh, the good old when men settled their. Okay, but think about diseases and no air conditioning and if I went back to 1860s, I would be dead within 72 hours.
Same.
Because I'm not tough enough. So I wouldn't consider that the good old days. So, well, what is the good old? Was it in the 1980s when I was a kid? Okay, maybe crack cocaine was the big thing then. Think about all that. Like, I don't know. Was there a good old days?
Maybe for some, probably not for others. And that's not a race thing. That's just in general. Maybe some people probably thrived in those times and others did not.
Right. But we sort of, as a society, sometimes have that tendency to go the way the world's going now. The world's going downhill fast. You hear that from a lot of old timers.
Yes, I would say generally from the older population,
people,
for sure.
Is it a pessimism because we just don't like the change?
I think that's nobody really likes change.
Okay. I know I don't, but I don't know if that's common for a lot of people.
I feel like that's a common thing.
Okay.
Change is scary.
Yes.
I think everybody would agree that most time change feels different.
It's the unknown.
So it's scary. Exactly.
Yeah. I definitely fear the unknown.
So, yeah, same. So that I feel like has a big part to do with it. interesting that you picked the 50s and the examples you gave, because really the world wasn't great for a lot of people in the 50s and 60s and before that, obviously.
You mentioned this weekend you had, I don't know if this is a good place to put it in, you mentioned this weekend you had family
Oh,
up
yeah. I just
as an example. Because we've talked with your dad, for example, about it was so good for me to talk to somebody who grew up in the South. Your dad grew up in South Carolina.
mm-hmm.
And when we talked about race and stuff, and he's my age basically, a little bit of a few years older, but not much, about when the Klan would walk through his neighborhood and he was told to get down and get under the bed or behind the wall or something where that's my lifetime. Like
yours around the same age.
Yeah. That means when he was 8 or 10, I was probably 5 or 6. That happened while I was alive.
Yeah.
Like that's so hard for me to understand. So those weren't the good old days for
interesting
for
conversation with my aunt, who's obviously from the same place, grew up in front of my dad. Well, around where my dad grew up. Their houses are now, well, they were right in front and behind one
same
another.
Property, right? Yeah.
Either way, just a very
on the family estate.
Yeah, right. A very interesting conversation with my aunt Brenda, who just gave very interesting perspective on what her life was like then.
Yeah.
So she was the second graduating class from York High School, where they are from, after desegregation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she said desegregation was one of the worst things that happened to her, because she went from being in school with teachers who cared about her and wanted her to succeed and did everything they could to make her feel loved, to
teachers who were being forced to teach her and didn't want
and
to.
didn't want and she said would make it known that they didn't want to teach her.
Yeah.
And so, and she's a very bright woman, didn't go to college, because it's just
you know what, it goes back to what you and I talk about when we talk, and this is, I mean, we can talk about race all day long.
Well, we don't have to. It was just an interesting,
but it goes back to what, like, it's hard for me to imagine myself living on a cotton plantation, watching slaves be abused, and we talked about this just the other day, and not objecting to it as just, human abusive, as human nature, And your argument was, if that's what you grew up seeing, and I thought, is there not a part of us that recognize, like, I didn't grow up seeing somebody. I mean, I don't know. It's like, pardon the very crude analogy, but it's like hunting an animal. If you grow up hunting deer and butchering a deer, that's not gross to you, But it seems like I would think there's got to be just this limit that people hit. Did no child, and not that they could have objected and stopped their parents, but did no child look at that as, and just human instinct? Do we not have an instinct to preserve life,
Yeah, I don't.
So, and that brings me to good old days. Husbands could go have an affair with their secretaries, and the wife just had to pretty much live with
deal with it. Yeah.
Or the wife couldn't go get credit at a department store. Her husband had to. So, like,
to me, that doesn't feel like good old days.
No, and yes, when you didn't have to, when you could play on the street and your neighbors looked out for each other's children, and that's a good old day.
Absolutely.
When your kid could go trick or treat, and you could send them to the store with $2 and let them go get candy, because people didn't act out as much.
Right.
Maybe.
Sure.
But think about, how about this? No internet. I mean, just as an example, can you imagine the world now if the internet suddenly stopped?
Right.
Or all electronic communication?
We'd be lost.
Go back to 1950s and tell me that was the good old. Sometimes it boggles my mind, because the internet hasn't been invented in my lifetime.
Right.
When I went to college, the internet was kind of a new thing.
Sure.
And started off with BBSs, bulletin boards, when I was in high school. My buddy even had one, my buddy Josh. And it was just this new way of communicating. But then it turned into, we can't live without it now. Yeah. Wi-Fi, internet.
Literally everything.
Cellular telephones.
Yep.
I mean, so you go back to the good old days. When would that be exactly?
Tell me what time that is, please.
And yes, I think, like you said, we were chatting about this topic just before we started recording. the good old days might depend on who you were
Sure.
and what
I think
privileges you had at the time.
A large portion.
But I used to be pessimistic and say, "Oh, the world's going downhill." And now I go, you know what? It's changing, but I'm not sure it's all downhill.
Correct.
Medical advances. If I had cancer, I'd rather have cancer now than in 1950.
Sure.
I mean, if I'm going to have it, hopefully I never get it, but it seems like everybody does these days.
Right.
But so microwave popcorn, I mean, it seems like we got that down. That's much better than cooking it on the stove.
Sure.
Much faster. So I don't know. It was just an interesting thought.
Yeah, that is an interesting thought. And I think kind of what we talked about, I just think it's perspective and who you are and what you were afforded back then.
Yeah, I don't know that there was a good old days.
I don't think there was.
And that makes me feel better about the world, because if we're not, there are certain things that we're definitely striving away from that we need to get back to.
Yeah.
But as opposed to just thinking the overall average is going downhill, I think I'm changing on that now, which is actually makes me happy.
Good. That
I don't have to be so pessimistic about everything's going to, you know what, in a handbasket kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anything else?
No, I think that was right around our 10-minute time also. Okay. But I just think people need to, I shouldn't say need to, I think people should accept the changes that we see in the world a little more.
Yeah.
As opposed to fighting them so hard.
There's an expression that I've had to remind myself of that I heard on a podcast I listened to that essentially says those that try to hold back the hands of time end up with nothing but losing both their arms. You can't, it's the one thing we cannot control.
Father time.
So it's hard.
Yep.
Anyway, so there's a little deep thought for you first thing in the morning, everybody. So
deep
tell us what you think.
Thought.
Way down in there.
That's
Get down there nice and deep.
Nice and deep light.
All right, so let's go into
the last one.
The last one.
The last
one. Segment thrice. Well, we're going to do Everybody Has a Price. Huh? Are you confused?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I typed in here. I'm sorry. It's not Everybody Has a Price. I was thinking it's a pricing game. Sorry.
I better get something prepared very quickly.
No, sorry. I put the wrong title in. I was thinking price. Everybody Has a Price.
Counting costs.
Counting costs. Sorry. Counting costs. Everybody Has a Price. Sorry. Gosh. It's early morning. I was late last night putting together the script for the day, so please excuse me.
My dear Aunt Sally.
I am going to,
please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. What is that right now? 3?
The order of operations of mathematics.
Okay, he even knew order of operations. You go, boy.
Math was my thing, baby.
PEMDAS, baby.
All right, so what is this segment called?
Counting costs.
That's the one. I'm going to type that in here. I'll have to change that in my tally. All right, Will, I'm going to go first. I'm forcing it on you.
Wow, that's not okay.
It'll be okay. I'll be gentle.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
Number 1, Will.
Numero.
This is the CeraVe, CERAVE.
Okay.
Moisturizing cream. It is a body and face moisturizer for dry skin. It is a body cream with hyaluronic, it's easy for me to say, acid and ceramides. It is a hydrating moisturizer, fragrance-free, non-comedogenic. There you go.
Okay.
19 ounces, 4.8 out of 5 stars, with over 124,000 ratings. CeraVe, 19 ounces. So we're talking, a 20-ounce bottle of soda. So we need one less
one
ounce.
Less than that. Here we go.
No dillying, no dallying.
Nope.
We're just going to name our price.
Right away.
$15.99. The correct answer, Will, is $17.99.
Okay.
You're off by $2.
Not bad.
Very nice. Very nice. All right.
Put a little dose up here.
Wait, listen to that.
Sometimes I don't like that noise.
I love that sound.
I know you do, you weirdo. Your first. Oh, that's good.
Okay, sorry.
Gosh.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. This is the Zescu golf hitting mat. This golf mat for swing testing.
Okay.
Batting path feedback golf training mat.
Batting pack, you said?
Swing.
Okay.
It's swing.
Okay.
Golf training mat. Golf swing mat for indoor or outdoor use.
Okay.
It's a golf impact mat that shows your swing path. Okay. So
it like sweeps a certain.
Correct. It shows you if you're slicing.
Felt.
Yep. So
is this digital, electronic, or is it just the way the stuff goes on the mat.
Just the way that
Okay.
it's like those backpacks where you can rub
Yeah,
them.
one
Yep.
way or the other.
Yep.
Okay, so
And it comes
when you hit it, it would show you which, like if slicing.
slice.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
It comes with 3 golf balls. It comes with the 3 different colored golf balls. It comes with the 4 stakes to drive into the ground if you're at the driving range.
Okay.
And a few other accessories that aren't super important to what it is, but
all right, I got it.
Okay.
So it doesn't say how big. I'm sorry, does it say how big?
It does not.
Or can you guesstimate? I mean, like 4 foot square, 3 foot square.
Looks about like a 2 foot.
Okay.
It can't be that big because it has to be.
I didn't know if you'd stand on it.
You don't stand. Okay. Oh, you stand in front. It goes in front of you.
Okay.
And it's a narrow mat where you place a tee for a golf ball.
So I'm thinking this wouldn't be that expensive. Are they real golf balls?
They are, and it's 5-star rating, 5 out of 5 stars.
Okay. I would think it wouldn't be too expensive, but then it's golf stuff. And golf people pay exorbitant amounts. But you nailed me with a golf thing once before that I guessed way high on.
I don't know what that was, but okay.
I don't either. I'm going to go with $29.99.
Excellent guess. It is $23.99.
Okay.
So
I was going to go $24.99. Darn it.
Dang.
This is 6 off.
That's not okay. We're doing all right so far.
Not terrible.
We're doing all right.
All right. Well, your next one. This is a USB wall charger. Now, it is a surge protector 5-outlet extender with 4 USB ports, 1 USB-C outlet, 3-sided 1680J power. Okay, I'm going to simplify. Here's what it is. It plugs into a double outlet.
Okay.
Okay, so it's one big thing.
It takes up both.
Okay. It's got 5 or 6 AC outlets on the sides. It comes out like an angle.
Yeah. Okay.
4 USB inputs.
Sure.
And 2 other kinds of power cords. So basically, it just takes your double outlet and turns it into 4 or 5 regular with USB with everything. But it actually has a screw. So you take off your cover plate and screw this over top, and it screws in and attaches. So it's actually it's about this big.
Like the real deal thing, though.
Yeah, it is. It has 4.7 out of 5 stars with almost 14,000 ratings.
All right.
It has 1 USB-C outlet, 3-sided power strip, multi-plug outlet, surge protector, 5-outlet extender, 4 USB ports. 4.7 out of 5.
Let's go
with 14,000 ratings, roughly.
I don't know why. It might be high, but we're going $35.99.
Okay, correct answer, Will?
$55.
$9.99.
You son of a sapsucker.
$9.99. Hit you early.
Hit me early, hit me often.
Get you down. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pulling up my next one. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. All right, I'm taking the lead. Might have a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance.
Here we go.
Okay.
Your next one. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
This is the Moonboat 14-foot Halloween ghost hanging activated decorations with LED light up red eyes and voice. Scary/creepy indoor-outdoor decor.
Good
batteries.
Halloween stuff.
I figured I'd put something for Halloween.
I think we should do a flick picks for Halloween movies.
Would love that.
Next week.
Would love that.
Next week.
Batteries are not included, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Any size dimension at all?
Yeah, 14 feet. That's what I said.
Oh.
Yep. The Moonboat 14-foot Halloween ghost hanging activated decoration with LED light up red eyes and voice.
Hanging.
Scary/creepy.
Hanging.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Yes.
Okay. So you hang it.
Okay. Yeah. Dang. Say hang one more time.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, no.
Indoor-outdoor decor.
14 feet.
It does come in different colors. This is the red eye one, but they have green and purple as well.
All right. You said does not come with batteries.
Batteries are not included.
But it is battery operated.
It is.
LED lights.
Yep.
Does the cape glow? Or just the
eyes? Looks like the skull does.
Okay.
The cape, I think, is meant to be darker.
All right. I'm going to go with 14 feet has me. But fabric's kind of cheap. It's going to be a flimsy fabric because it's going to want to blow in the breeze. It hangs up. LEDs are cheap. Color. All right. Well, I'm going to go with $21.99.
$78.90. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
$14.99.
Oh my goodness, you scared
14.
me.
I'm sorry. I just had this. I wanted to scare you.
14. You did.
I'm sorry.
$7 off. My gosh.
That's great.
I was like, man, what the heck is that made out of?
Mm-hmm.
Gold? Solid. What the heck's it made out of? Solid gold?
Whale tusk.
Well, ivory. Pure ivory from the African plains. Will, here's your next one.
All right.
This is the Kong Darren carrying case for PS5. It's a travel case for PS5. It's a protective case bag suitable for PS5 disc or digital edition console, controllers, game cards, gaming headset, and other accessories. So essentially, it is a padded backpack type thing that holds your PS5.
Everything with the actual console goes.
The console, headphones.
Come on, dude. This is I'm getting killed on this.
Controllers, game cards, and a headset, and other accessories. It has 4.8 out of 5 stars, but wait, only 24 ratings. So maybe it hasn't been completely battle tested yet. Okay. 4.8 out of 5 stars. Might be a newer product. That's why it doesn't have too many ratings. It's a little carrying case. To be fair, it doesn't say backpack. I assumed that. So $55.99. Correct answer.
11.
No, not quite. $34.99.
19.
21.
No, 21.
21.
Sorry.
Yeah. Nope, you're good. 21. 21. Black Jack.
Oh man, I am getting killed here.
Brown Jack. That's what I'm hoping for. Now I can start playing defense, I think. All right. I got to be careful. Did you only prepare 5 or did you prepare more?
I thought we only did 5.
Yes, that's good. That means you can't switch it out for a tough one.
Oh,
so you're stuck with what you picked.
No,
me too.
I only picked 5.
Okay, me too.
I'll take my lumps, Dirk.
I hope so. I'm hoping to win. I've never won counting costs before.
Yes. Have you not? Okay.
Pretty sure. I've never won anything.
This is the... Oh my gosh. Are you listening?
Yes.
This is the Minkin Manicure Set Professional Nail Clipper Kit. 26-piece stainless steel.
26-piece nail clipper kit? Okay, go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt.
26-piece stainless steel manicure kit, nail care tools with luxurious travel case included.
Luxurious.
It is 4.6. That's what I'm just reading you the thing.
I know, it's just funny.
This is the number one bestseller in manicure and pedicure kits. It is 4.7 rated out of 5 stars, and that's all I have for you today.
I skipped over the health and beauty, but I saw kits, but I didn't see any prices because I didn't pick them. 28 pieces sounds like 26. A lot. 26 pieces. Oh, well, that makes a big difference. 26 pieces sounds like a lot, but the truth is they count every little doodad as a piece. So it's probably got about 4 worthwhile pieces.
There are some things in here that look like I would use. Some things that I probably would. The nail clippers look nice.
Yeah, the cuticle trimmer, the cuticle thing. They probably got the files.
That is the next price.
A deburr. All right, I'm going to go with... I feel like a lot of these things are similar. I'm going to play defense, Will. I want to go lower than this, but I'm not going to. $20.99.
Correct. Just
Real?
kidding. No. $8.99.
I wanted to go $12.99, but I was worried. All right, you got me. I'm 12 off on that one. My worst performance to date.
Yeah, but you're
still,
still in good shape.
I hope so.
I can't go ahead until you read me something.
Oh, that was my guess? That's right. Well, number 4, the Alpine Swiss Men's Expandable Leather Attaché Briefcase with dual combination locks, 4.6 out of 5 stars with 1,576 ratings. The Alpine Swiss Men's Expandable Leather Attaché Briefcase. This is a hard-sided leather briefcase, like a formal executive briefcase. With dual combination locks on the front, like the little spinny locks, like luggage. I got you. Alpine is the brand.
I'm going to tell you what, I've never priced or seen the pricing of briefcases.
Okay.
I don't know where to start.
I bought one for myself when I was younger because I love the look of a briefcase. And then now I realize the world is not as formal as briefcases. So it's sitting in my basement.
I'm going to go a little higher than I even think here.
Okay.
Only because leather is nice.
It is.
It will keep.
This is not pleather. This is real.
No,
leather.
this is real. So I'm thinking it has the locks on it.
Correct.
I'm gonna go. This might be way too high. Please, people, don't judge me at home. But
expandable, so it's got
understood. Like I said, and don't make fun of me because I have no idea how much a briefcase really is.
I will tell you this now: you did not screw up by going high.
Okay, I went $64.99.
Correct.
That is there's nothing on there.
No. Correct price, right at the limit, $99.99.
Wow.
For a leather attaché briefcase.
Wow.
You cannot screw up by going high on that.
Okay.
All right.
I am getting just absolutely annihilated.
Sorry. I tried to pick things that were a little different. My wife gave me a suggestion for something, and I didn't use it because it would have been, I forget what it was now, but something that there's no way.
All right, your next one. This is the Intex Explorer Inflatable Boat Series, dual air chambers, welded oar locks, grab handles, bow rope with a sporty design. It is 73-inch long and 40-inch wide, 16-inch height. It has two 4-foot oars and a 11.5-inch pump.
Hand pump.
Yes.
Like a bicycle, old bicycle pump. All right, got it.
Do you want to know the rating? Or
nope,
do you not?
Don't need it. $59.99 all day long.
$24.99.
Oh, ouch. Ouch. I played middle just to be safe.
Yeah, I think that's
24.
That's
okay, so I'm off by what? 24, 5, 35. Okay, that hurts. That hurts. Mm-hmm. All right.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I know, because you have a couple high ones.
Yeah, I was off by 55 on the last one.
Hoping. No, you had 64 and it was 99. You were only off by 30.
Oh, 30,
31.
31.
All right, here we go, Will. This is your last one. This is the funniest
last one. Okay,
funny. Okay. Mm-hmm. Will, it's a gag gift.
I'm writing down the price right away.
Okay, go ahead. All right.
I'm just kidding.
No, that's fine. Leave it. See how close you are.
Yeah, there's no chance I'm winning anyway, so I guess I could.
This is it's a Shart survival kit, Will.
A what?
A Shart survival kit.
That's funny. All right.
Now, I'm going to put this picture up. I'll show you after.
Well,
it's quite funny because the box it's more of a gag gift that you'd send to someone or have laying around. And so on the outside of the box, the slogan is, "We're number one at number two." That's it's really good. Well, it is the ultimate poop prank gag gift set. It contains wet wipes, disposable underwear, tissues, and a hilarious badge that says something about surviving a shart or something. Okay. A novelty fart potty pack, great for friends or family, and it has 4.9 out of 5 stars with 131 ratings.
Okay.
So it is a gag gift shart survival kit. I'm fairly certain most people in the audience, but I'm thinking my mom might need an explanation.
Yeah.
That a shart is when you are passing gas and it comes out a little bit solid.
Yep.
Right.
There we go.
And that's the combination. $15.99. Correct answer. $23.99. $23.99.
All right.
So only 8 off. That's not bad.
Excuse me. Not terrible.
Not el terrible. And then my final one, as long as you don't
guess 0, I think you're going to be okay.
As long as I don't love the pooch on this one, we should be hoping.
Let's see here. This is your folk culture wood fruit bowl or rustic fruit bowl for farmhouse decor.
Got it.
Okay.
99 cents. No, I'm just
crazy.
Kidding. I'm just kidding.
This is your fruit bowl for a kitchen counter or decorative pedestal bowl. It's 12-inch large fruit bowl, wood for serving.
Okay.
And it's mango wood, stellar ribbed, 4.7 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
That's all I got for you. I could show the picture, but I feel like that would be...
Okay, so the fact that it's real wood and it's home decor, I'm going to go a little higher than I would just to keep the safe. I'm going to go $31.99 because it's made out of wood, and they love to charge a lot for real wood things. $7.
No, you're fine. Sorry. $45.99.
Okay, 45. So off by 14. All right. So let's see here. 9, 11, 18, and 6.
Gosh,
Well,
that was rough.
If I did math properly, I'm off 74. Yeah! Yeah! In your face! I'm sorry.
87
I'm
off
sorry.
today.
I need to be a gracious winner. William?
80, yes.
That was a tremendously good game.
It was a good bout.
It was a good bout.
It was a good bout.
All right, 74. How'd y'all do at home?
Loss.
How'd y'all do at home? Actually, that
tough loss.
Actually, that wasn't too far away, considering
it was
you
better
were way
the
off.
last. Well, there were two of them where I was close. The one where I was 40 or 30 some off.
Yeah, that one killed you, but that was closer than I would have liked. That
Understood.
35 put me.
Yeah, that one put me back closer than
Yeah.
I should have been, I think.
Yeah, when you said you don't have to worry, but I was a little worried. I could have dropped the ball like that guy. Oh, like the play that comes across TikTok with the guy that runs the ball down to the 1 and then drops it behind
before
him.
the line. I mean, before the
touchdown.
touchdown.
What a crazy play!
Yeah.
All right, anyway, that's it. That's our last
segment.
segment. 1, 2, 3.
My Deepa has started to do that to everybody now, and it is the funniest thing.
Well, I'm going to close with our bad joke of the week. Will
hit me with it.
Hopefully, no one will take offense to this because it's not. I think it's cute. It's not offensive, but it's about a little boy who was always getting low grades in math, and his parents were getting really worried. After 3 continuous tests, he got Fs on these tests. He was terrible. They decided that maybe they needed to send him to a different school, and they picked a Catholic school to send him to due to the high success rate in math.
Okay.
After the boy's first day of school, he got home and ran straight to his room without saying anything to his mother and father.
Oh, no.
They went up later to check on him because they were worried about how his first day went, and they see him sitting at his desk doing his math problems.
Oh.
They were like, wow. They were a little confused, but they were amazing. This went on every day for the next 9 weeks. And at the end of the marking period, the boy proudly brought home his report card, and he had an A+ in math. So the parents were ecstatic. They were thrilled. They said, what changed? What changed in your mind about math? How come you're doing so much better? The boy said, well, let me tell you something. On the first day I went into school and I walked into the math class, and on the wall behind the teacher's desk, there was a sky nailed to a plus sign. That made I realized they took this way too seriously. And with that, and no lightning strikes. No, I think the Lord has a sense of humor. But think about to a little kid, if he wasn't a Catholic and he sees Jesus on the cross, he might think, man, they took math really seriously.
Do you know what the math? It's stupid. Never mind.
Go ahead.
You know what the mathematician did when he was constipated?
I've heard it, but I've forgotten it. Something about a pencil.
He worked it out with a pencil. So bad.
Anyway, he needed the sharp survival.
I guess so.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode number 33. We hope you liked it, and we'll see you next week with another wonderful. Oh, I've been forgetting to ask you to ring the bell. But if you know anybody, please spread the word. Please spread the word and tell them they're shorter now, so they don't have to invest as much time.
That is true.
They can listen in one commute. You have someplace to be.
Yeah.
Me too. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.